stated that her dad uses it to make her feel bad. Alicia repeatedly stated that she did not want her dad to know she was talking about these things because he would be very, very mad. A lot of my words were changed. I said that Dad called me that term jokingly, and I don't think he was intentionally hurting me, but I did feel kind of like, offended. I mean, anyone who gets labeled a teeny bopper term is gonna get offended, but I don't think my dad did it maliciously just to hurt me, to hurt my feelings. Obviously, we were all laughing around. And he didn't say jump out the window, he said jump out the car door, but we were just joking. He was just joking around and we all laughed about that. Now, it makes me feel bad sometimes, as anyone would get offended even if it was a joke, but I don't think my dad does it intentionally just to upset me. I know my dad's not like that. My dad even tries not to upset me. Now, this last sentence in that paragraph says, Alicia repeatedly stated that she did not want her dad to know she's talking about these things because he would be very, very mad. Well, yeah. Anyone's gonna be mad if you're talking behind their back. And yeah, that's one reason I didn't want to go home, is because I didn't want my dad to be upset with me. I didn't think he was gonna, hurt me or anything. I just thought he was gonna be upset with me because of all the trouble I caused. That's the truth. I didn't want to go, the reason I didn't want to go home was because of that, not because I'd get abused or anything. That's stupid. That's unheard of, seriously. Now it says, Alicia stated that she used to drink alcohol with her dad because he was drunk and he let me drink. Alicia stated her dad would not let her drink if he was not drinking. I didn't say that. I never said Dad gave me it or I drank with him, but I did say we were drunk on the same night. So that was just an assumption that was jotted down by my social worker right there. I never stated my dad gave it to me, or I did it with my dad. That's just different. Just the way it's worded is deceptive. And it's biased and it's untrue. In the second to the last paragraph on page 7, it says, the undersigned asked Alicia how her dad supports the family. Alicia replied, welfare. Alicia said that her dad has not worked since she was 9 years old. Now, a lot of the things I mentioned that were positive about the family, everything I mentioned that was positive, none of that was mentioned in this paper. Nothing positive was mentioned in this paper. Nothing about the organic food or anything was mentioned in this paper. Just every single bad thing with these bizarre twists, this wording that makes things seem all jumbled up, that makes things from 7 years ago seem like they're happening right now. It's just ridiculous. I was infuriated when I read this in court, and I had the right to be. Anyone would. What if you said something and the next day everyone thought you said the opposite just because one person told them that? It's like school kids spreading rumors. Except for your life depends on it. Now, on the last paragraph of page 7, it says, Alicia stated that she is afraid of her dad and she did not want him to know and she does not want to live with him anymore. No. I stated that I was afraid that Dad would be upset and I didn't want to go back home because of it. But I wasn't afraid of Dad. It says she's afraid of her dad. No, I was afraid that Dad would be upset, not afraid of him. Of course I'm going to be afraid that he'd be upset, And When I said I didn't want to live with him anymore, of course I said that out of anger. I was just infuriated of everything. In paragraph number 2 on page 8, it says, Alicia repeated she did not want to live with her dad. I really said that out of anger. I really want to live with my dad. You know how sometimes your emotions speak over your mind? You say things without thinking impulsively? Well, that's what I did right then. Now, in the third paragraph on page 8, it says, Miss Power stated that Linda Thornton, Powell Power's ex-girlfriend, called her to tell her that Mr. Power told her, Miss Thornton, that Alicia was placed on a 5150 hold. Mrs. Power stated that Miss Thornton told her that Mr. Power told her that Alicia threatened to jump in front of a bus. I guess they didn't hear me. I never said anything about a bus. I don't even think I said the word bus ever, but you know, it's like the game telephone in school. You whisper one thing in a ear and it goes around the circle, and then when it finally comes out, it's like the opposite of what was said like before. That's how I feel this paper like came to be what it is. Just absurd. On page 11, on the last paragraph, it says, Alicia was relieved to know that she would not have to return to her father's care immediately. Now, I said that because I thought he'd be mad at me. I was relieved because I was like, good, my dad's not going to be mad at me. A lot of this is just crazy. Now the rest of this paper is stuff pertaining to my brother. And I guess they're using things that happened in my brother's case against me in this case. I'm not saying it's helping me, because I've decided that I want to go home with my family. I'm not saying this because they're forcing me to. I'm saying this because it's actually what I believe. It's actually how I feel. I just want to be home with my family. I don't want all these people to try to tell me what to think or anything like that. I just want to come home. I feel safer there than I would in this protective custody where I was assaulted by a police officer and it wasn't even acknowledged. I was pet by my social worker when I asked her not to touch me. When I was lured into rooms when I tried to just talk to my parents about things after not seeing them for several days. Them worrying where the heck I was and what was happening to me. And I really needed to talk to them. It was just really sad. I hope that whoever sees this video understands and considers the points I've made, because I really mean it. I don't want to live in a protective custody where I'm not even protected, where my parents aren't even notified that I'm missing for days. Shoot, I could be in a ditch. And they wouldn't know. Nobody would know. Nobody would really care. I'm just another missing poor child. I don't call that protective. And nobody's gonna change my mind about that. No matter what they try to bribe me with or anything, it's just ridiculous. I can't believe I've gone through all of this just because I was upset. I guess I learned from my mistake, because now I'm in this mess. Thank you.